Jackson, the Director of Professional Development Dimensions, and we'd like to welcome you to our first session of Leading Strong. Our goal is to provide you with a power-packed 20-minute conversation about how to lead with clarity, purpose, intentionality, and impact. I really enjoy doing puzzles, watching the image come together as each piece neatly fits together. It reminds me of an article from the Blue Point Leadership Development. Dan was coming to the end of a long overseas business trip. He had visited several countries, different cities. He was looking for a gift to take home to his young son and came across a rather unique puzzle that had a map of the world on the front side with the option to have your own picture printed on the back. As he had his family photo with him, he thought it was the perfect gift. He felt this would be a fun gift that would give his son some fun putting the puzzle together, while at the same time show him where he had traveled and what he had seen. When he got home, he gave his son the gift, but since his son was so young, he shared with him, "Son, let me help you put the puzzle together. First to show you what the world looks like, and then you can try it for yourself." So, to his surprise, the puzzle was actually much harder than he originally thought. And so he needed to be able to take a break, and he told his son, "Why don't you work on it for a while?" His son took a few minutes, and then he decided to turn the pieces of the puzzle over and put the picture of the family together. And within minutes, he brought the puzzle back to his father and showed him it completely done. And when he reached his dad, he said, "See, Dad, if you take care of all the people, the world will take care of itself." So I asked the question, as a leader, are you taking care of your people? We're great puzzle masters. We must carefully decide how each piece fits together. But each piece has its own value. But when it's fit together, it actually creates something greater and bigger than it ever would have been individually by itself. A puzzle master must be able to identify the piece and the best space that it fits in. They have to be able to make those critical decisions and understand how each piece fits together in order to create the next step. So I have to be honest, leadership is a complex task. Being able to navigate that complex task is critical and it's vital, but strong leaders recognize that every piece is of value. They're able to know how and when to put the piece in just the right place, but most importantly, they start off by recognizing, do I have the best team? And that requires us to know, are you hiring for attitude and training for skill? You know, we can really teach individuals how to skillfully move the pieces around, but it's nearly impossible to teach or train for attitude. In truth, leadership is not about a position. It's actually about an attitude at every single level. So, as a strong leader, those people skills to move people, engage people, and have them recognize where they actually fit is absolutely necessary. So people skills begin with the ability to clearly communicate, delegate, inspire, empower, and confront. People skills are first, the ability to be able to provide clear communication on goals, performance, and expectations. Next, it's delegation. Now this one's critical because any vision where the leader is able to keep their hand on every aspect and they're able to handle each component means that vision is just too small. We've got to be able to learn how to, as leaders, be able to delegate. That's why your team is so important. Once you have that team in place and it's power-packed, we want to be able to inspire and empower each individual. The human soul craves the opportunity to connect to something bigger than itself. So making sure that you allow each team member to understand the why behind what you're doing, it will allow them to gain the inspiration and momentum to move the vision forward. In that vision, it's critical to help them understand what your organization is doing, why does it benefit anyone, how do they actually play a part, and what will happen if your organization isn't there anymore. Yes, confrontation. Now, I'm not talking about the negative one. I don't want you to go out and start fighting with your staff. What I'm actually talking about is being able to give honest, truthful feedback that actually challenges each individual to be their best self. Have them recognize how do they bring themselves to work and how are you going to help them to grow. So, our first leadership skill, people skills. Our second leadership skill is the integrity skill. Authentic leaders are able to say what they want, when they want it, how to communicate it to others, to be able to gain a collaboration so everyone is invested. They're able to actually cast the vision. But I want to stop here for a moment and draw you back to my puzzle. There's a problem with this puzzle. Do you see anything that's missing? Yeah. I've been struggling trying to move pieces around and figure out what's going on with this puzzle because I'm missing the top of the box. And that's one of the biggest mistakes that organizational leaders make. We hold the vision, we know the vision, we're passionate about the vision, we understand the vision, we're ready to take the vision to the next level. But guess what? Those who are in collaboration with us have no idea of what's on the top of the box. They're trying to move pieces around and they just don't get it. What do you see? They can't see the same thing without the top of the box. Being able to explain to them what you see, how you see it. So casting the vision is not just telling your collaborators what the vision is, but it's engaging them and showing them the top of the box. Yes, eventually we could move pieces around through trial and error, trying to figure out each piece, trying to figure out what fits with what. But wouldn't it be more effective? Wouldn't we move faster if we all share the top of the box? So that integrity skill requires us to not only say what we need, how we need it, and what role each person plays in that need. It requires us to share the top of the box. What is the vision and what does it actually look like? And once we've been able to share that, we then must become concrete and be able to say what we need. Now, I've had many conversations with directors about this, and I've asked, what do you need? And that go-to answer, I need more time, I need more money. That's not what I'm talking about. When I say ask for what you need, be specific. Because you know what? Success lays a trail. Success doesn't just happen. It doesn't happen by accident, and it doesn't just happen by hoping. Success happens by strategically planning. And that planning happens by actually knowing what you need. Ask for what you need today, within the next 24 hours, within the next week, and within the next 30 days. Be specific. Don't allow things to just happen, because that integrity skill will hold you accountable for being able to be clear, so that all of the puzzle pieces begin to take shape. You're able to empower others to take on the vision with you. That leads us into skill number 3, and that's empowerment skill. How do you actually help the individuals on your team become their best self? Now, are we able to train and provide development so that people understand their position, but then they're also able to connect with the next step in their career move? Our fourth leadership skill is actually the entire purpose of why we started this series. It's the attitude skill. Now, leadership is a mindset. We've already established that it's not about position, it's about attitude. But leadership isn't easy. By no means am I trying to say that. But when we are able to connect with our purpose and our drive, the reason why we have developed this vision or set these goals, the skill of attitude allows you to tap into your positive persistence and your committed perseverance. So with that in mind, whether you're leading an organization, you're leading a classroom, you're leading a program, or you're just leading yourself, we recognize that leadership can be isolated. But the attitude skill is actually the fuel and the drive. It connects to your commitment. It connects to your why. And it's in those moments when things are the toughest that we are challenging you to stay connected to your commitment. Now, what's that look like? In times like this, where economically things are hard, there are many challenges, there are many adversities that you, your organization, your staff, your collaborators must overcome. It's this attitude skill that will drive your values and bring them out to the forefront. People coming alongside of you, connected with, inspired by, and driven by your attitude, your positive energy, your perseverance, your commitment. You never know. If we take a moment and think about what would the world be like without your piece of the puzzle? You're here with a purpose. Connect with it and let it drive you. You never know. Just on the other side of that obstacle is your next opportunity. So it's been our goal with this series to come alongside of you on that journey, to empower, equip, and prepare you to build your vision, to be strategic, to be intentional with the 4 skills of leadership that are effective and impactful to broaden your influence.